The Bible.
Welcome to chapel today. We've got a special chapel today to honor the Winter Sports Basketball Awards this morning, and so we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But as we get started, a few announcements. Lots of things going on. It is a time of year where there's lots of exciting events going on, and there are some reminders about those events coming up here. And so a few things coming up. Hopefully you receive some information about the junior high shindig coming up and the high school banquet. So please remember to RSVP and in the school office. When you do that for the high school banquets, there is food options. So you can select those food options when you RSVP in the school office here. Again, this is through next week, through March 5th. It's Italian themed, and so you can choose your starter, an Italian salad, a Caesar salad, or a zuppa Toscana soup. That's the good stuff. Then choose your entree, a delicious lasagna, a fettuccine Alfredo, or a pesto penne. So some fancy Italian food for us coming up at the banquet. Excited about that. So please sign up March 5th, pay in the office and sign up for that. Be sure to read your instructions, some details about that. That was emailed out last week. Also, coming up next week on Wednesday is a youth rally on Wednesday nights to kick off the GSAC's Fine Arts Competition. And so at 6 o'clock right here at First Baptist Church, we have a youth rally. We do want you, if you're planning to attend, to go ahead and sign up in the office so we know. I think there's some things that need to be planned for that in attendance, and so please sign up for that in the office here this week as well. There's going to be a college fair coming up with the GSACs, so that's the first time ever. Several Christian colleges from around the country are going to be here with representatives. That gets started on Wednesday night through that as well. Of course, many of you are participating, and we have our Fine Arts GSACs Chapel next week, so some of you are going to be performing in that. Other of you have preparations for in-class performances and the such, so make sure you are preparing. We're excited about those opportunities that are coming up to display some of the things you've been working on, the talents God's given you, and the things that we can work together on. Also coming up here soon is a very important annual event. And so I'm going to come back in just a minute and talk about Sports Awards Chapel. Before I do that, let's give it up for Mrs. Maples.
Okay, first I want to say the GSACs rally, when I was a teenager, we did them in Colorado, and it's a whole bunch of schools that get together and play tons of fun games. And I just read the paper in the office. I have 3 boys that will be attending that. It is free food. So that's always a bonus. Like, I know my boys will be signing up for that. I won't be cooking that night. So looking forward to that. But we're really excited to announce the beginning of the 2025 Race for Education. This is our school's main fundraiser, so it is kind of a big deal, and we're looking for 100% participation. We're excited this year to be putting the fundraising the donated money from the fundraiser toward technology improvements that will benefit you guys in your classes and as you go through the education system to help that, and then also to potentially be putting some of the extra money aside for transportation needs. And that really benefits you guys for when you go on field trips and when we go to sports games. We're starting to look ahead to help with our transportation needs. So we are challenging you guys to send out 15 emails before Friday, okay? 15 before Friday, that is your goal. Send out 15 before Friday. It doesn't have to be emails, could be texts, could be forms of communication. There are, if you need them, there is a generation that really likes to have something in paper. So there are cards in the office that you can use for that to give to the generation. So 15 before Friday, that's our first goal. 15 before Friday, have your parents email your homeroom teacher so that they can mark it off that you have 15 before Friday, and Monday we're gonna have an ice cream treat reward for everybody who has 15 before Friday, okay? Then, your second goal is that 50 donations before March 5th. $50 in donations before March 5th, okay? So we have a newly designed Race for Education t-shirt for you guys, and your goal is to get $50 before the 5th, all right? So those are our first two goals in the Race for Education. Let's talk about other prizes, okay? So you got the ice cream treat, you got the t-shirt. Then if you get up to $75, you earn a Chick-fil-A lunch, which is always delicious. Then our gold prize for 7th through 8th grade, the gold prize for 7th through 8th grade is that the top 3 earners above $1,000, they get to go to the office and they get to choose from the prize wall, okay? You get, which is gift cards typically. So you guys get to choose gift cards, okay? The top runners from junior high also get to choose a gift card, a boy and a girl, all right? And then the 9th through 12th. The 9th through 12th, everyone that earns above $300 gets to go on the picnic escape trip, okay? Last year we went to Six Flags, but what we found is we spent more time driving to Six Flags and the kids got to ride about 5 rides. So we want you guys to actually have a full day of fun. So we'll drive somewhere nearby, depending on the weather, have a full day of fun, good food, and also you will not have to make up the work that's done in class that day, okay? We'll kind of adjust that and work with that so that you're not punished for being gone. It doesn't feel like a punishment, it needs to be a reward. Again, we will repeat the same thing, where 7 through 12, the top class also gets a pizza party, okay? So, 15 before Friday, 50 before the 5th, and we are really emphasizing participation, okay? So if you are not partaking in the fundraising, then you will not be partaking in the fun day of going out and running for the Race for Education, okay? You'll stay in classes. So let's everybody put our best efforts in. The technology is gonna help you guys. The transportation in the future, when we can get that, is really gonna help you guys, and we are gonna have a great Race for Education this year, right? Well, I'm sorry, we're gonna have a great Race for Education this year, right? Yeah. Okay, that's a little better. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, I'm excited. I haven't been a part of that before, so I'm looking forward to that and excited about all those things. All right, so we're here. The main event here this morning is to celebrate the winter sports here for high school. And so as we do that, we have 4 different teams to recognize. Please remember, again, to listen up, give honor to honors due, who work hard, and to give attention that way. And as we do that, give both attention to the individual players and the teams. We also want to give the glory to God and the abilities that He's given to us, and be so thankful for, once again, what He has allowed us to be a part of here at this school. All right, so at this time, we're going to start off with the JV girls basketball team.
Hi, guys. Do we invite the JV team up? Yeah? My JV girls? You guys want to join me for this? So I'm not up here alone and they're just staring at only me. Just kidding. All right, so at the start of the season, we were a young, inexperienced team, still figuring things out. We lost our first 4 games, but instead of quitting or backing down, these girls put in the work. They committed to learning the game. They pushed through challenges and came together as a team. Because of that, we turned our season around, finishing with a 6-4 record. So we won our last 6 games, which was nice. More importantly, we grew both as players and as a team. And watching that growth has been an absolute joy, and I couldn't be prouder of each of you. So let's start off. Okay, Miss Dylan Kortner. She fell in love with the game this year. She was hungry to learn, coachable, and I'm excited to watch you develop. Let's see, Miss Lizzie Titus. We put her at point guard, and that changed our team. She led our team in assists and steals and was one of our best defenders. Let's see, Michelle Delange. Let's see, Michelle. Michelle is a fierce competitor. Her tenacity and heart made her a force to be reckoned with on the court. Carmen Paragon. Miss Carmen, one of our team leaders, one of our best all-around players, a team captain, and she led by example. Miss Ellie Enos, our all-time inbounder, one of our team captains. She played with poise and leadership throughout the season. Miss Kaylee Elwell. She grew tremendously this year and became one of our best defenders. And Miss Nora Mason. She led our team in points and rebounds, had multiple double-doubles, and was an absolute joy to coach. And Miss Kirsten. Kirsten, whenever she was on the court, whenever she came to practice, she gave 100%, and so thank you for that. All righty, girls, thank you so much. Can't wait to see what's in store for you guys next season.
All right, it was fun watching the JV girls improve this year. Miss Sarah, Coach Sarah, was fun to watch when she was in high school, and that was only a few years ago. So we have the JV boys come on up, and the JV boys were fun to coach this year, and had a lot of team speed, and they've all played before, so they were fun to watch. They were undefeated in the league. All right, so they had a yeah, you can ask them. It was one game in the league, but didn't have to say that. But hey, but they could have lost the one game, and they didn't, so they won that game. So they are the league champs. JV girls are league champs too, but they didn't have a game in the league. But it is great to have a school that has 4 teams. And way back in the day, there used to be 4 games all the time, and the other schools have not kept up, and we've been doing well and keep on doing up. So these guys worked hard in practice, and they actually finished off the season playing a varsity game, and I kind of knew it was going to be, but they didn't tell me they said it was a JV game, and it wasn't, and they pulled all these players out. But the guys gave them a great game. We led all the way to the 4th quarter, and didn't pull it off in the 4th quarter. But they had a great season. Start with Noah Jebaraj. I think Noah's probably got the best shot, probably in school, and his shots really come around. Ryder Morrison. He was our point guard and handled the ball really well. Shot sometimes was there, and he's working on it, and it's a different kind of shot, and we are definitely working on that, and he's working on that. I figured if I announced it to you guys, you all help him change the shot a little bit. But when he's on, he's on. Obed Flores, did a great job underneath for us. Malachi Maples. Malachi was Mr. Hustle on the team. I mean, he was all over the place. He loves playing forward, but I had to put him at guard, and he did a good job on both places. Jack Mason. Jack had a great year, and tried to get him to go to the basket a little bit more, and he's working on that. He's got a good, like, 15-foot mid-range shot, and did a good job. Samuel Kramer. Samuel, very talented, and decided to come out late, a little bit late. He didn't miss, I think he might have missed one game, but he just had a great year and really impacted our team. Sean Wisk. Sean, actually, I was surprised with Sean, and when he said he wanted to play, and I think he just wanted to play because we didn't have the numbers, and he's going to come out and help us out with numbers, and he actually can play some basketball and had a good year. Judah Dearborn. Judah is a little bit different. The fact that I heard all about Judah, how good he is handling the ball and could shoot, and he's a lefty and all that, but he happened to get sick. And so I don't think I saw him for like a month until he was all better, and he came out, and sure enough, he can handle the ball, and nice to have a little left-handed shot. These guys did a great job this year. Let's give them one more hand. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to have, thank you. Going to have Coach Stanford and Coach Maples come on up.
All right, ladies, if you can come up and join us, that would be awesome. I'll go ahead and get started as they're walking up. This was a great year for us. We went 19-9, and 19 wins is the most we've had for quite a few years. Really hardworking group. Thank you to Coach Fortier and the JV boys for helping us in practice and making us a better team. Our league is not the strongest league other than Coastal Christian, and so we needed that push in practice, and they did a great job by doing that, so I really appreciate that. Coach Mickelson, who, I couldn't get along without. I thank you so much for all you do for this program, Coach. It's been a pleasure working with you the last few years, and hopefully we can keep this going for a little bit longer here. I'm going to go ahead and introduce the girls first, and then we'll go ahead and do our team awards. We'll start on my far left. Sammy Walker. Sammy's a third-year returning varsity player. She started all 3 years. Sammy is a great outside shooter when she's on. She played out of position for us this year. She's always played the 2 or the 3, and this year I moved her to the 4, and she just did a great job for us. Next to her is Riley Elwell. Riley is a second-year varsity player. She was our first player off the bench most of the year. Has improved so much, and looking forward to big things from her next year. Next to her is Elle Mason. Elle's also a third-year varsity player, third-year varsity starter. Started in the post for us this year and just did an outstanding job. Next to her is Cosette Burks. Cosette's first year on varsity, gave us some minutes during the season and always worked hard in practice. Next to her is Isabel Salazar, freshman, started for us as a freshman, just did an outstanding job. Next to her is McKenna Fortier. McKenna, second year varsity player, first year starter for us, and also just did a great job. Defensive lockdown player, hard to get your offense going when she's on. Next to her is Caitlin Mickelson. Caitlin's also a third-year varsity starter. Our point guard, like having a coach on the floor, Caitlin just does a great job for us. Next to her is Abigail Schiffer. Abigail was our lone senior, one of the hardest workers. The improvement she's shown over the 4 years we've had her has just been amazing, so great job. Next to her is Sammy Guerrero. Sammy started out strong for us, got pneumonia, and missed about a month, I think, a little over a month. Came back and finished the year strong for us. Really appreciate her working hard. Next to her is Cecily Evans, and Cecily actually started the year on JV and worked really hard, and when we needed a player to bring up, we brought up Cecily, and she stayed with us for the rest of the year. So really appreciate her contributions as well. Where should we start, Coach? We will start with the Coaches Award. Coaches Award this year goes to our lone senior, She has been in the program for 4 years, and the first year she came out, we weren't real sure she wanted to be there, and she wasn't real sure she wanted to be there. But she worked extremely hard, gave us a great effort in practice every day. Yeah, one of those kids that behind the scenes does a lot of hard work. She did anything and everything we asked her to do, and we really appreciate you. Thank you, Abigail. Next award is Rookie of the Year, and it's not every year that we have one of these, but yeah, this year we had some first-year players on varsity, and so we decided that we would do a Rookie of the Year. She was our backup point guard. She was one of our leading scorers, a tough defender, and one of the best freshmen in the area, Isabel Salazar. I knew I'd do that. All right, our next award is the Lion Award. And this young lady goes out and battles every game out on that floor. She is undersized for the position she plays. She's been playing against girls that are at least 6 foot and over and held her own. One of our leading scorers, leading rebounder, just an all-around outstanding player for us, Elle Mason. And this year's most valuable player, as I said before, she's like having a coach on the floor. She knows the offense inside and out, leads us in assists, one of our leading scorers, also one of our leading rebounders, Caitlin Mickelson. Okay. All right, we have some all-league awards. Making all-league honorable mention, McKenna Fortier. Second team all-league, Sammy Walker and Isabel Salazar. Coach, getting your steps in. And first team all-league this year, Elle Mason and Caitlin Mickelson. Yeah, looking forward to a great year. We lose Abigail, but everybody else comes back, and yeah, it'll be exciting. So thank you.
We just want to say thank you to our coaches. Thank you, Coach Stanford, for doing a lot for our team, and Coach Mickelson as well for coming out and taking time out of your day to impact us not only in the sport but also in our relationship with the Lord. And thank you to Coach Fortier for having his JV boys help us, but then also, especially towards the end of the year, helping us know that we are a team unified together and just to go out and play all 4 quarters. And then thank you also to Mr. Smith for helping us during the tournament. He helped us a lot and just was a very big encouragement. We also have just a simple gift card for the JV boys. Thank you so much for your help in helping us improve this season. We wouldn't have done it without you guys, so thank you.
Before Coach sits down, he was voted as Coach of the Year for the girls basketball. Congratulations. As Coach Maples comes up, boys were not picked to win league this year, and I think it's the 4th year in a row that they have went undefeated. And so great year for the boys. Congratulations. As the boys come on up, we'll turn it over. As Coach is here, Coach Maples was also voted as Coach of the Year for boys basketball. Congratulations.
There were a lot of question marks going into this season. We returned only 2 players from last year's varsity team with Dylan and Robinson. And as I was thinking about the season, I was thinking, where are we going to get our points? Enough points to have more points than the other team. Robinson and Dillon combined for 22 points per game last year. So that was a significant concern. And as Coach Fortier said, we had not lost in the Coast Valley League since 2021, and so there was that question was, is this going to be the year where we're going to lose? And one of our former players asked me in December, after we'd heard about Coastal Christian and heard about some of their scores in some of their games, and he says, do you think you guys can beat Coastal this year? And I told him, I don't know. But one thing that I did know is that I really liked this team. And I still like this team. So I'd like to introduce them to you. First of all, we have a freshman guard, and that's Elijah Edick. We have a sophomore forward, Daniel Titus. A sophomore guard and forward, Taven Wilding. Junior guard, Chase Barreto. Another junior guard, Josiah Beckhouse. Junior guard, Peyton Kos. Junior guard, Robinson Maples. Junior forward, Jude Mason. Junior forward, Dylan Smith. And senior guard, Tristan Fortier. I wasn't sure if Tristan was going to play this year, and I'm very glad that he did. This team did manage to beat Coastal Christian twice this year, and we did finish the league season undefeated. In the playoffs, we defeated California Military Institute in the first round, but then we lost to Anaheim High School in the second round, which was that was a very good team. We lose only one senior this year, so we are excited to see how much we can grow going into next year and over next year's season. That was kind of our theme for this year. Just like the JV girls team, we started 0-4. We lost our first 4 games, and we just kept talking about growth. Okay, let's try to grow, let's get better each game, each practice. And that was really neat to see that we did do that. Before I go into the individual awards, I would like to first of all say thank you to Sharon Stevenson for keeping the book for us. Wonderful to have somebody that you can depend on, who gets things right. And sometimes when we're the away team, she can help the home book get it right. There was one game where the home book got it wrong, and she wasn't able to catch it because of the distance between the bookkeepers. But we're glad that that doesn't happen in our home games, that she always is so consistently good. So we thank her. And then also Coach Smith for his assisting. That was such a blessing to be able to just bounce ideas with him, to talk about strategy, and just I didn't anticipate he was going to be able to go on the trip to Pensacola, but he was able to, and that was also a huge blessing. As far as the individual awards, the individual team awards are concerned, we have I call it Mr. Hustle, and this player, just whenever he would get an opportunity at the beginning of the season, he would just make plays. He would get that offensive rebound and give us another chance at a score. He would make that steal. He would make that defensive play. And because of that, he just moved his way up as far as minutes are concerned, and then moved his way into the starting lineup. And so our Mr. Hustle is Taven Wilding. The next award is the Lion Award. This is a really scary looking trophy here. Just that guy is really scary. I would say that the person who's receiving this Lion Award does not have a scary demeanor. Instead, he uplifts our spirits, is encouraging, has a smile all the time. And he really struggled through significant illness at the beginning of the season. We knew something's not right. And something was definitely not right. He couldn't breathe because of pneumonia. And so he battled through that. And then finally, towards the end of the season, we saw him at 100%. So our Lion Award goes to Dylan Smith. Our MVP award goes to someone who I would just describe as relentless, and that is Robinson Maples. I was talking to another coach yesterday, and I just said that he is always trying to prove he spends a lot of time trying to get better, and that he annoys his teammates probably because he's trying to push them to the same level, trying to get them to improve as well. We also have some all-league awards. First of all, we have All-League Honorable Mention, and that goes to Taven Wilding. Second Team All-League, Jude Mason. Also second team All-League, Tristan Fortier. First team All-League, Dylan Smith. Also first team All-League, Robinson Maples. So these are as voted by the coaches, and one of the coaches from the other schools really made a hard push for his player to be the MVP. He's just said a lot of things, how this person is undoubtedly the MVP of the league. And I'll just tell you that the league disagreed. Dylan received 1 MVP vote. Nice job, Dylan. Yeah. And Robinson received the other MVP votes. So he is the league MVP. there was only one MVP vote that went to that player, and it was my vote, because I couldn't vote for my own players. So basically, our two guys took all of the MVP votes that we could take. So I really appreciate those two guys. They're also our team captains. I appreciate their leadership. They were our two returning players. And very excited about next season as well. If we continue improving, you know, what kind of a season will next year be? So, thank you.
We had a great year, and a lot of the credit for that goes to my dad. He really put a lot of effort in outside of the court, and he really just, I mean, he scouted so much. He spent so much time like doing his best to help us get a win. He really spent a lot of time, and he loves the team a lot. And just a lot of thanks to him, and also just the school for letting us be able to play, and that's a blessing. And all the thanks goes to God really for what he's done for us and enabling us to go play and giving us the opportunity at this wonderful school. So thank you guys.
As we close, do you want to thank the parents? Thank you for getting your kids to practice, or at least allowing them to pass their test so they can drive to practice. And all the fans that are traveling to games, a lot of travel, a lot of miles, so thank you for that. There's one person that I kind of forgot that I shouldn't forget. That's Matt Hollahan. He volunteers to do the clock, and he did, I think, the clock every single game this year, and except for one. And he was gonna skip a trip to do it, but I had to learn quickly the clock to take his spots because I wanted him to go on that trip. But he did every single game except for that one. So if you see Matt Hollahan, I know you'll see him, just congratulate him or thank him for all his work he did this year. And turn over to...
All right. Thank you once again to everyone who has participated in both winter sports as well as any of our sports programs. I know I'm thankful for, and I hope you can be thankful for as well, the abilities that God has given us to be a part of athletics and to use it as a way to not only just improve maybe yourself, but also to use it as a way to build relationships and to build camaraderie and to think about one element of many that God has given us to help each other and to help ultimately give the glory back to Him and the things that we can do, and even use it as a gospel tool and an opportunity in that way. And so as we give awards to those who have worked hard, and not all awards, we can't give awards to everybody, we are thankful for your participation, and we look forward even to the spring sports, of course, that's already underway and rolling with that. And so I hope that we can enjoy those things all together as a school and think about participation in that way. We'll go ahead and close with a word of prayer, and then you may be dismissed. Lord, I thank you again for just the opportunity that you have given us to use physical abilities to grow as we physically develop, to develop our relationships with one another, to learn about the hard trials that we can go through when we face difficult circumstances, the emotions that come up and when we're playing hard and doing our best and we don't get the outcome we want, and the many lessons that can be learned. Help us to point those back to you, to be remembering, to encourage one another through those difficult times, to use it as a way to point back to what you've done for us as our Savior and as the most important thing that should be in our lives. I pray that you would strengthen us as we go out today, bless in the classes, bless in the many events that are upcoming. We thank you again for those opportunities, and we pray that you bless them. In Jesus' name, amen.